Tonight, let's talk about the rules. This is a book that I heard of a long time ago, about 15 years ago. And it is a book that is based on a whole bunch of rules that women should supposedly follow to be successful at dating and eventually land their dream man. I've read a lot of it. I've read half of it, skimmed through a bunch of it as well. And like most systems, teaching women or men, but in this case, women, it's really filled with half-truths and some things that can be useful and a lot of things that can really, once again, be really harmful and lead women in the wrong direction. Because you know what this really does is following these rules, and I'm gonna talk about some of them. It just disconnects women further from their heart, right? Because where are you gonna be when you're up following rules? Like one of the rules is always end the date first, and so you're leaving your man wanting more. So by the way, all of this shit is totally manipulative. I want to preface that first. But to be manipulative in this way, you have to be up in your head. And so where are you not as a woman? Well, you're not in your heart. And the reason that women often feel like they need these rules in the first place is because they don't know how to honor their heart. Right? They don't know how to be in their heart and actually be radiant as a woman, and they're typically, women are really disconnected and are doing so many things that are actually dishonoring their hearts because they're not aware of their own, boundaries and like, I'm not talking about asserting boundaries with a man, but boundaries for themselves and their own self-worth. And the thing is, it's funny reading a book like The Rules, because it's all like, you know what it is? It's pickup artistry for women. That's really what it is, except women aren't picking up the man, but it's essentially, I've studied pickup, right? Like I've met women for years, and I've studied under some of the world's top pickup artists, right? Like ones that have, Mystery Method and men that have worked under him, and a coach that was on Keys to the VIP. If anyone's familiar with that show, it's all about picking up women, just canned routine line. So I know all about manipulating women, right? I know more about manipulating women than 99.9% of men. But I don't manipulate women, and I never really did. I tried that stuff for a few months, and I absolutely hated it. It felt like the most bullshit, unnatural, creepy way of operating, and I couldn't do it because I'm like one of the world's worst liars. I really am. And so any kind of inauthenticity at all really, it really kills me inside. And so it is, whenever I see it, whenever I see men or women doing it, it is, first of all, it's so unnecessary. Not only is it really hurtful to yourself and to the opposite sex, but it's so unnecessary. Manipulation is used in the place of self-worth. When you don't have self-worth, you have to manipulate to get your needs met. You have to manipulate to get love. You have to manipulate another person's perception to convince them that you have self-worth when you don't, right? And so if we're talking about women, you're manipulating a man to believe that you've got it all together, and that you're this high, what is it, like this high value woman that they should chase after. And the funny thing is, here's something really interesting too. There's just so many connections here with pickup. A lot of the stuff that's taught to men, and of course, yeah, like I don't disparage pickup, because it ranges from, you can teach men how to be totally authentic and in their truth and genuine, and that's really awesome, and that's what I learned really quick. And then you can teach men how to be manipulative assholes that use women and like just use women to fuck them, and everything that you say is a lie, like literally anywhere on the spectrum. And I've met many men who've done both, right? And so learning the skills, you can learn the skills to become a more dominant, honest, honorable man, or you can learn these skills to be a scumbag, right? And it's the same kind of thing for a woman. So one, like one of the rules is, actually, I'm just going to read it. Let's read it here. Number one actually is to be a creature of, what was it? Be a creature unlike any other. Okay, so I'm just going to read a section here. You get a drink, even if you're not thirsty. It keeps your hands busy so you don't bite your nails or twirl your hair out of nervousness. You don't show that you're nervous, even if you are. That's the secret. You act as if everything's great, even if you're on the verge of flunking college or getting fired. You walk briskly as if you know where you're going, which is just around the room. You keep moving. You don't stand in a corner waiting for anyone. They, men, have to catch you in motion. So as far as manipulative bullshit goes, that's pretty much the gist of manipulative bullshit. And here's the truth about it all, right? And this is the really sad truth, is that a woman could be totally in her heart. She could be expressing how nervous, anxious she feels, right? She could, like, right from the beginning, talk about how she feels really afraid, talking to a man, and she feels anxious and all that stuff, and open up right from the start, and have dominant men be like, whoa, this woman is fucking amazing, right? Because she's so honest, and not just honest, but so emotionally responsible with her emotions, right? Because I'm talking about a woman who's not dumping her emotions on a man, who's not acting anxious and then taking out that anxiety in controlling behaviors, or by like inhibiting herself or anything like that. It's the most beautiful thing in the world when a woman can just be totally honest about how she feels with the man right from the start, right? I want the women watching this to really imagine, right? And like, whether you're with a man right now, or like, the idea of going out with a man, the idea of just dropping it all, right? All of the bullshit, like all of the like trying to be strong and contained and independent, or have things together, or whatever it is, like whatever you are trying to pretend in any way, whatever you are trying to hide in any kind of way. Imagine if you didn't have to do that, and you didn't have to do that ever again. Imagine how freeing that would be. Imagine how beautiful that would be. Well, you might not believe that it's beautiful, because if you judge yourself, we'll call those weak parts of yourself, but as unaccepted parts, unloved parts of yourself, maybe you won't think it's beautiful. But I'm telling you it's beautiful. And any healthy masculine man is going to tell you that it's beautiful too. It's only not beautiful. It's gross when you're not being emotionally responsible with your emotions, right? When you're dumping it on a man, when you're manipulating him, you're trying to control in some kind of way, when you're like needy, and you're like, just putting that needy energy on, like, into another person's boundaries. Yeah, that's gross, and like no man wants that, of course. I'm going to be honest about that. But the feelings themselves, when you can just express them responsibly, you don't have to hide them. You don't have to hide them for 3 months or 2 months or a year or a lifetime, right? So that a man thinks that you're strong and have things together. Like, no, you don't have to. And this is one of the greatest lies that women still believe, right? Is that having all of these beautiful feelings are a bad thing, that not being able to contain them is some kind of bad thing, that not being able to be, you know, inhibit yourself into this masculinized, put together woman is somehow a bad thing. Yeah, it's all bullshit. Sorry, ladies. 98% of all the stuff that you have learned is bullshit, and I'm sorry that so many people lied to you, that so many women lied to you, that so many men lied to you, that so many people, I mean, I'm not saying maliciously, it's that they didn't know either. Because here's the thing, just like with pickup artistry, right? It's better to be it's better as far as results to be a manipulative pickup artist, because you're actually going to get women, at least to sleep with them, and then you'll probably have dysfunctional relationships. But it's better to at least get that as far as results than to be a loser guy that, you know, just has no boundaries and has no ability to lead anything, and you know, is showing in so many ways that his value is way less than the woman's, right? And it's the same kind of stuff with these rules. Yeah, it's better, a lot better as far as results, to follow all of these rules and to be up in your head and rigidly follow rule after rule, and you know, like don't call them back, and to always end a date early after 2 hours, like always keep the man wanting more and thinking about you. Does that work? Yeah, it works a lot better than being a super needy girl who is just like needy and clingy, and it's so obvious and a man's grossed out. Yeah, you will get better results. You will get a lot better results, because a needy, clingy woman, and by the way, there's nothing wrong with being needy either. It's like having that needy feeling, if you can own it and communicate it in a responsible way, that can actually make a man more attracted to you, not less. You communicate that in an irresponsible way, yeah, you're going to gross him out, and he's going to not want to see you anymore. You're going to sleep with him. Maybe he'll sleep with you once and then never call you again, right? So of course, so the rules can be a lot better for women following the rules than being that kind of woman. So if that's the comparison, sure, but there's a much better way. Just like there's a much better way than being a slimy pickup artist who everything that comes out of his mouth is to try to manipulate you into having sex with him, right? There's a much better way than that. For the man, it is to become a dominant masculine man and to just speak your truth and to lead and to energetically give to your woman, give to all women, to know that that is your place in the world and with your woman. Right, that like that kind of man is going to be more successful in life and be a lot happier too, and certainly be a lot more successful in relationships than any pickup artist. It's the same with a woman who, you know, instead of having all these rules, you know, is able to just get into her heart and just listen to her heart truly, right, and not ever do anything that dishonors her heart. Right, imagine never dishonoring yourself. Right, always acting based on your feelings, knowing that your feelings are priceless. They're fucking priceless. Imagine truly believing that in every way, not just like intellectually, like, oh yeah, my feelings are priceless, but no, I mean like 100% believing it to the core and acting like it, right, and expressing all of your feelings and not hiding anything, not holding anything back right from the start, and being willing to walk away from any man that's not willing to honor your feelings, right? Not as punishment, right? Not in like a snobbish kind of way, but just in a, you know, like, I deserve better than this. I deserve to be treated really well. And no, not entitlement, just I deserve to be treated really well. I don't deserve to feel this pain, right? And that's it. Right, and being able to communicate all of that so that a man knows what's going on in your inner world and has an opportunity to correct himself and to become a better leader. Because let's be honest, most men are pretty shitty leaders right now, just like most women are pretty shitty followers, right? Men and women have not been taught this stuff, and they've been taught a whole bunch of nonsense that's just going to keep on screwing them up and keep on screwing up their relationship. So, you know, we got to be understanding. We got to be really understanding to the opposite sex, and all we can do is become the best version of ourselves that we can be. So women can inspire men into being better leaders, and that men can, you know, command the respect of women to become better women and to open up their hearts and to be able to just receive and to respect a man's leadership, right? That's all possible, but we got to become completely responsible. And a big part of that is learning the right information and seeing how potentially destructive a lot of this other information is. Even though it's better than some options, it's really worse than what your incredible potential is. Your potential as a woman to just be effortless, to just be in your heart and just believe fully that a man is going to want to care for you and love you and give you the world without you having to be in your head controlling anything about his perceptions. Manipulation is not feminine. It is unhealthy masculine energy. It is covert leadership. That's what manipulation is. If you are ever trying to get an outcome in any way with these rules, I am sorry, you are in your masculine. You can pretend to be as radiant as you want as a woman, but you will never be radiant. You will always have to be a faker. You will always have to be an actress instead of just being able to fully let go and be in your heart and have your man give you the world and take care of you and want to take care of you because he feels fully respected, right? You're going to certainly attract a lot of kind of men with the rules, and they're probably going to be weak emasculated men, just like, you know, you could learn the mystery method and nag the shit out of girls by giving them whatever it is, the backwards compliments and everything, right? And knock them off their pedestal. Yeah, you can definitely attract a lot of low self-esteem women. I'm not saying that these manipulative tactics don't work on a lot of people, but you're never going to be able to keep it up, and you're not going to be attracting the right kind of people either. The right kind of men, right kind of dominant men who want to take care of you and love you and lead you, just give you all the gifts in the world. If you want to be, you know, like, my work is not for people who want to manipulate in any way. I don't teach manipulation. All of my work, unfortunately, could be used to manipulate. That's the unfortunate truth of it. I don't want to work with anyone who has any interest in manipulating anybody else. Not only is that going to hurt other people, it's going to hurt yourself, right? You're never going to get the love that you like. You're never going to feel being loved in that way if you are not being yourself with somebody else. It doesn't work that way. It's got to be real. I want to work with people who want to use this to become the best version of themselves possible, who want to drop all of the games, all of the manipulation, all of the nonsense. For women, that means just being in your heart all the time, right? And just feeling worthy of receiving love and just being able to express everything that is in your heart. If that's what you want and that's what you yearn for, it's not even about the relationship, right? I mean, the dream relationship, of course, is amazing. And of course, that should be something that you really want, whether you're with a man or not right now. But it's about so much more than that. It's about you just wanting to be the best version of yourself possible, right? Sorry, I don't know if my computer just shut off, but I can't see myself anymore. There, I think I'm back. It's about being the best version of yourself possible. If that's what you want, then what I want you to do is get a lifetime membership with me right now. That's your first step, is get a lifetime membership. Go to my website, relationshipyourdreams.com, and sign up. Right? It's really affordable. The price is definitely only going to go up. Just get a lifetime membership, and then you're locked in to a lot of the content that I'm producing, including an 8-hour course to understand all of this stuff about polarity, both for men and for women, right? How great would it be to just be your genuine, real self and be able to let go of all the other bullshit? That's what you can have if you want it, but it's your choice. Relationshipofyourdreams.com, get a lifetime membership, and I will see you in the group. And you can get started on that course right away and get yourself up to speed so you can stop buying into all this nonsense and start really learning, shifting as rapidly as possible to become that best version of yourself. That's relationshipofyourdreams.com. Go there right now, get a membership.